Okay. It says I'm live. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Um, I'm not entirely certain. So I'm going to ask the chat. Can you guys hear me? Am I hoping I'm live? Um, Boo. Okay. So you guys asked me to. You asked me to open the email on a live stream. John, I know you can hear me. You're in the other room. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. Um, oh yay! There's people here. I was expecting to record this for posterity. What? Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm checking my email for the postcard stories. These are the stories for the challenge that we issued this weekend while we were away at MarsCon. Um, this challenge was to write a 50-word short story based on an image prompt that you got from one of the three moms of the apocalypse. Jonna and I were live at MarsCon, and Cedar was in charge of the digital distribution of pictures. And she said, um, oh, yay, we're sharing the link. Yay. Cedar said that she sent out more than 50 pictures for short stories. And I know I handed out probably close to a dozen at MarsCon. And I watched people write their stories on their phones while they were between panels or at the bar. So that's fun. It was the last time I counted because I have a forwarding set up from the Malta emails to my personal email that tells me when I have emails in the inbox, so that there's nothing sitting there for a week at a time before I check it. Um, Now, if I'm traveling or something, there will be emails in the box until I get home because I do not travel with this laptop. It is very sad, and is going to be it has been replaced with a one for travel, but have not moved all of the accounts over to the travel laptop. So, um, figured I'd give you guys a couple minutes to get it here, and then I will um, pop on over and check the email account. The last time I checked the email, I counted 30, and there were people who were talking to me at at MarsCon said, "Hey, they're done. We're sending it." A couple people posted them on their Facebook page, which is fantastic. Those I actually got to see. I got to see first, and they were really fun. I wasn't expecting quite the reaction to the challenge that we got. I was thinking maybe 8 or 9 people would do this because I've done writing challenges in the past where, we got maybe 5 or 6 people, and that was fun. Some weekends it was just me and one other person who were writing on the weekly prompts. So, um, yes. Oh, Cedar, I'm so glad they sent them to you because you were the real star for this. I did not intend to just send you a whole bunch of people over the weekend, and I really appreciate all the work that you did for this. Um, okay, so I'm going to. Well, okay, yes, it was. So John and I were talking about where the idea came from. John and I were talking about how we miss short stories. And one of the things I really love about doing the anthologies is being able to read all the short stories that we get submitted. Um, yes, everybody got a different picture prompt. That's a great question, Joel. Um, every picture was different. Some of them were kind of vague and ominous, and some of them were very clear and crisp. Cedar kept a document that I went and checked to see who. Um, See, Greg, you're gonna mess me up on my account. But that's fine. I'm glad to have all of them. Yeah, so Cedar sent me the document, and I was flipping through it between panels to see who got assigned what pictures. It was very cool. One of the things that we mentioned was that one of the things that John and I had talked about was that we talked about was that microfiction is hard. Like the not just flash fiction, but like the smallest story you could possibly come up with. I know there used to be challenges to do like a 5 or 6 word horror story, and those were kind of cool. But this one was, 50 words that you could do on the back of a postcard. And John is saying in the chat, Frederick Brown was a master at this. You break the story down to the essential components. Like what is the most important part? What is the point of the story? Um, and this was, and it's hard. And one of the things that we were talking about is that not every I'm fairly certain that not everybody wrote a short story. Not everybody can. A lot of people, a lot of the conversation I heard was that they were writing introduction to a character, introduction to an idea. There's some that I saw that's a novel, dude. And if it's not a novel, it's gonna, it's a novel series. So there'll be some people be getting feedback on whether or not, hey, this was a short story, great, we'll go forward. And others will be getting at this is a novel, finish it, finish it and write it and let me know when it's done. Um, but yeah, so what Cedar says, it there are times when it approaches poetry. You have to be very precise in your wording and your choices. So I just appreciate everybody who took part, everybody who opted to ask for a picture and do a story. Um, so and what we're going to do with these later, we actually been talking about how we're going to deal with it. There'll be more announcements about that later. Um, People who make it into the anthology and people who don't, because this is going to make me actually do my hardest challenge, which is sending out rejection letters. And that's just the way of the industry. But we have some fun ways to go with that too. So we'll be doing a lot. Um, okay, opening the email account and waiting and waiting and 48 unread emails. 48 unread oh, thank God. Okay, so one of the top ones, which means one of the most recent ones, is a Space Marines submission. Thank you. Todd, I know you're probably not listening to this, but thank you so much for sending me a Space Marines story. But wow. We have I know some of these names. Um wow, 48 submissions. Holy cats. Um and two of them are on the same, so that's 40. So one is a Space Marine, so 47. But Greg, you sent two on yours, so that's another, you sent three on yours, so that's another two, so that's 49. We have 49 submissions to the official email and three that made it to my personal inbox and did not, and I'm not seeing them in here, so we're at 52, I think, if my final. Yeah, because Scott sent me one to my email that's not sitting in here. So we're looking at 52. Um, yep, three from him. So that's um, wow. And there's a couple of people I gave an extension to because I knew they were driving today and yesterday. So you people are crazy. Flash fiction is a thing, and this is going to be illustrated flash fiction. So well done, everybody who took part. Thank you so much for your wow. Um, I'm gonna be sharing these with some people, and we'll get responses out later this week, I think. Watch for announcements on what we're going to do with the stories and what to do If you're not selected for the final anthology, because we're planning printed and some other stuff and learning a new way to format certain things. So this is going to be fun. Um, I started it. Yes, I started it. Thank you, Greg, for pointing that out. It was my fault. So I will say I was. Didn't take just me. That had we have it took all three of the moms of the apocalypse to make this come true. Um, so thank you guys so much for that. I'm gonna call it here because I need to start reading. Um, so you can be plural. Yes, yes. We you is a yeah, you is plural. You can be plural. All right. Um, I love you all you crazy people, and I'll talk to y'all on Thursday, I think. Good night.